Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April, moving into early May 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my good friends. Let's see what we got. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for the Rams here in late April, moving into early May? All right, our birthday season has just passed, so I hope you all had a happy and safe one. And we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries, late April into early May, please. There's been a lot of potent energy all around the zodiac in recent times, specifically for us Aries. Right, lots of stuff, lots of planets, lots of things happening all around us here. Now, this is a very good card to me whenever I see it. There's a lot of mental activity here. For some of you, you could be thirsting for knowledge or new things, new experiences. This is a really good card. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. Funky little imagery we have going on here. So if you look, there's all these books all around this lovely lady sitting there, and she has a tree literally sprouting out of her head. The tree is also bearing fruit. So to me, I mean, you might be having good ideas. You might be a great idea person, like thinking of something, thinking of a strategy, thinking of a business. It's putting it into action that could be drawn here when this card's in the mix. Now, you might be having eureka moments or things starting to break through in your mind, in your own personal life. But when I see this card, two main things always emerge. One, a thirst for knowledge. So some of you might be going down lots of rabbit holes. You might be wanting to learn new things, jump into that action-oriented Aries type of energy that we're known for. But this could also be communication as well, especially with all the mental activity, all the books, that's written word. So for some of us, yeah, in this time, there's something around communication or that thirst for knowledge. It's really good. And if you've been going through any issues, problems, situations, this card could really talk about you finding a solution or coming to an understanding. There's an understanding with this card. So we're just going to put it down there. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say this first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Aries friends, please. What's going on? Late April into early May. And while we shuffle up and get this deck ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Surprising Problem. So don't be surprised, especially if still even coming into the weeks that we're moving into, that things could just pop up out of nowhere. It doesn't mean they have to be like huge life-altering things, but the main vibe I was picking up is like, all right, well, there could be issues, problems, situations popping up where it just pops up out of nowhere, okay? And for some of you, it might just be more of an annoyance than anything, but we'll see what energy we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for the Aries collective, please. Quick. Very first shuffle, that card popped out. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords. You might be wanting to move something forward, move something along. This could also represent improvement. So I really do like when we start with an action card, especially in an Aries reading. Let's put that down right there. Let's keep moving. Get 2 more. What's going on with my friends here? All right. Thank you. Oh, okay. We have the Knight of Cups in position number 2. So a double down with the action-based vibe. And that's a really good silky type of energy too. Let's get one more. Let's see what's happening. Oh, okay, we have the Moon. So similar to what we saw last week, things that are still yet unknown could be really important in this week's reading as well. Tons of internal energy this week, Aries. So let's get the Moon right there. And yeah, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes before we get into the intuitive juiciness. But at first look, first glance here, obviously, I already mentioned a couple of things. I'm seeing all internal energy, things going on the inside. Now, as I already mentioned as well, Aries is an action-oriented vibe or sign, all right? We're a cardinal sign. First of the zodiac, we like to push things forward. And we do have that here in the beginning. but all this water energy on the back end, very emotional. We also have the swords, which is mental. We saw that in the oracle card as well. So it's like the mind, the heart, the mind, the heart, the mind, the heart. So hopefully you're not going through any battles between that. But let's see how it all plays out, because this doesn't have to be like super rough or super bad. I do feel for a lot of you, things could be improving, getting better, or moving forward. But position number one, we do have the Six of Swords. Let's go into each one. Now, when I see this card, you see these people, they're in a ship. They're moving from the choppy waters into the calm. So first and foremost, I always think of improvement. This is a card that could represent distance and travel. Maybe some of you are planning a trip or need to get a little vacay when this card is in the mix. It's really nice. And I always say all cards have positive and challenge. This one's mostly positive, and it is action oriented. So it's like we're starting, we're moving things along. So a lot of us could really have that strong urge, stronger than normal, to get something going, to get something moving. So if you've been going through problems or situations where it's like you're getting roadblocks, you might be like, all right, well, let's just get this going. Let's get this moving. Now, it could sometimes evolve into a win or a victory of some sort, like moving something to its conclusion. We'll see how it all plays out. Every card has a positive and a challenge. I already gave you a bunch of the positives. A challenge of the Six of Swords, there might be a person you're linked to where you feel like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. In the worst case scenario, this could be abandoning something. So like a portion of Aries out there, you might be like, all right, well, I'm throwing my hands up, or I'm not putting energy into something anymore when this card's here. Right? I mean, it's totally dependent on your story, but for a lot of us, I do feel like this could be a really good start. Now, moving to the center, we have the Knight of Cups chilling right here, Mr. Prince Charming himself. So for a portion of you, you might be connected to a water sign when we have the Knight of Cups. Maybe you have some water placements yourself. Now, once again, as with the Six of Swords, Knights, all of them are moving something forward. It's action. This one is moving forward in a very silky type of way. If this is a person, it might be someone that's very good with their words, like a smooth talker, Prince Charming. This card often shows up in love readings and romance things and topics, so we'll really want to dig into this much further to see what's up. It's a card of creativity as well. It's a card of expression, emotional expression, so we could see communication here. So these first two cards kind of link into what we saw in the Oracle, the strong mental action with the swords. Now, the emotional or communication of the Knight of Cups could be in the mix. Offers could be possible as well. So we'll see what's up with him. When we're talking about negatives of this Knight of Cups, sometimes it could be someone that's partying it up a little too much, or someone that's overly emotional or emotionally unavailable even. It all really depends. But we're just going to put him down right there. Onto the back end, we have the Moon. Very subtle. Now, this card is similar to the High Priestess. It links to the Pisces collective. I also give this one to the Cancerians as well. So Pisces, Cancer energy showing up here in a very powerful way. It's dreams, it's psychic gifts, it's very intuitive, subtle types of energies. So just know in this time, your empathy could be heightened. You could be feeling the energy of other people, and that could be affecting you in a big way. It's important to keep yourself energetically sealed when this energy is in the mix. The Moon is the biggest card of mystery, though. I always mention that. So whether it's a good, positive mystery, or it could be a rough one. Remember, last week's reading was like a surprising problem. So this card shows up when things come out of the blue. So whether it is surprising, unexpected, or sudden, we'll want to see what's happening here. The Moon doesn't necessarily mean secrets and stuff like that. I know it gets a reputation of that. To me, I think it's just something that's a little out of our view. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. See what's going on with Aries, please. And yes, this is where I'm intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that Six of Swords? And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. You will not offend me. Let's get into that Six of Swords. What's this action, this movement? What is that Six of Swords here? Thank you. Oh, wow. All right, so this is like 3, 2, 1 blast off type of energy here. Wow. And it's coming in hot. Now, for a portion of you, notice I already mentioned about how all nights are action-oriented. We have the fastest one, clarifying the Six of Swords. So for some of you, I feel like this could be several different things. For a portion of you, this could be like an explosive action. So when someone just acts out of nowhere. So if you've been letting something build up, or you've been waiting on something, it's like, all right, things are going to pick up steam really quickly. So I could expect that for a lot of Aries in this time, especially if you've been dealing with things or you've been feeling stuck in the muck. Like this is just like explosive action happening or an explosive breakthrough of some sort. Really like it. Now, the one thing we do need to watch out for is like, yeah, we still have more action coming and we still have some unknowns, but we're starting here full go, full flight. Okay, so hopefully it's improvement coming in for a good portion of you. The Knight of Swords, once again, is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Sometimes it could be a little bit aggressive. So just know in this time, us Aries, we're known for being aggressive individuals. Like we know when to act. We want something, we want results, we go out and make it happen. These energies here in the front is literally doing what I just explained, like doing it, making it happen. Okay. So if you've been being calm and patient, that could, I don't want to say it's going to go out the window, but you might be more prone to act than think, even though we have all this internal energy. So let's keep moving forward. We're not going to get hung up there. I think it's very simple. It's just our starting place, but hopefully you're going to have some breakthroughs here, or that action I was speaking about. Let's go in on that Knight of Cups though, because this could be more about how someone's feeling. So why is the Knight of Cups in the mix? Thank you. King of Swords. Now we're getting tons of people here as well. There are a lot of people, and still so far all internal energy that's within. So just know in this time, whether you're doing a lot of thinking with all these swords or you're feeling things, big feelings in a powerful way, that could really be happening. Now, another thing I'm going to say here, the fact that we have so many cards of individuals and people, and there's none that represent Aries. Like you might be very magnetic in this time. There could be important people coming into your life at this time, or you're going to be very much popular. All right. That's one thing I'm seeing here in a big way. You might be popular as it is. You might be a little more popular is what I'm saying. Now, the King of Swords is a planner. It's a strategist. And yeah, we do have the energy of different people moving towards you. But when I see this, it's someone who's thinking about something really strong. We have the heart, mind, balance trying to happen. For a portion of you, there could be somebody that's putting a plan into action. When like we see all this action in the beginning, then the Knight of Cups with the King of Swords. Luckily, it's all in the upright so far. So I like this. Just know that there could be someone you're connected to where they're planning something out and they're about to put it into action. That's just a very simple, straightforward energy. Now, I will say this. If it's somebody that has like some really cold or nefarious plans, it's probably not going to turn out the way that they think it's going to, because I feel that the energy favoring you, okay, and with whatever it is you're going through. So good stuff so far. Let's keep moving. There's a lot of strategy happening there. So let's go in on that moon card. Maybe it'll give us a little more detail about that. So why is the moon in the mix? And another little warning I want to say, like, don't act first, ask questions later. Okay, that's another thing, like with all the action we're leading off with, like act first, then think. It's the oddest thing. Let's see why the moon is here. You might be feeling a little more spontaneous than normal. Beautiful. Whoa. Wow. I mean, we have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. For a lot of you, if this is in regards to money, work, anything revolving around the family and the home, all that material abundance. When I see the Ten of Pentacles underneath this moon, it's just really beautiful energy of victory and win, or something going your way. And I have been saying that since the beginning. I feel the energy favoring you. This is much more stable on the back end. The Ten of Pentacles is level up type of energy. So for some of you, if you're watching this for work and finance, this is your win in the end, even if you don't see your path to it. I could say that for a portion of Aries. Maybe it's like, all right, I have a goal, or I know where I want to go. I just don't see my path to it just yet. This is Spirit saying like, all right, you're going to get there. You're going to push it through. You're going to make it happen. So we have all this planning and action and all this other stuff going on, lots of mental things, but the result, the end result is what we're seeing here underneath the moon. So it could be, once again, an unexpected win underneath this moon, or one you don't see coming in just yet, but it's here. It's very powerful. I like it. I'm going to claim it for myself. But let's go through and do a quick recap. I feel like that's very simple in the end. We have a lot of energies competing with each other this week, Aries. So let's go through piece by piece before we get the shadow card. Position number 1, once again, so much air, so much water, lots of internal vibes here. 6 of Swords with the Knight of Swords in the upright. Explosive action or breakthrough of some sort happening here where someone's like, all right, enough waiting. We're going to make this happen. We're pushing this forward. Let's go, 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 go. Very much action oriented. And I feel like the energy does favor you. Moving to the center is where we get a lot of energies of those around you. So I did say you might be more magnetic. There could be people coming towards you, whether new or old. There could be significant individuals in play and moving towards your energy. Very popular type of vibe. But another thing I'm picking up here is someone is putting a plan into motion. For a lot of you, it could be a very positive one where it's like, okay, well, maybe we want to have a talk or a chat. And it's like, it just feels like the energy favors you and is going your way. So I like it. And we see that on the back end too. We have the Moon card, the unknown, the unseen, with the 10 of Pentacles, an unexpected win of some sort, specifically in money and home and family. But it could be other things as well. But it's a very solid, good, beautiful, prosperous outcome here on the back end. And I did say for a portion of you, you might be going through situations right now where it's like, okay, well, how am I going to get to the end goal? Or how am I going to make this work? Or how is this going to happen? Don't worry about the details at the moment. That's a big vibe I'm picking up too. The end result's positive. Lots of victorious energy. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, my good friends. Let's shuffle it up one time. See what we have in the shadows for Aries, please. Guides and spirit team. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. I mean, as we saw within the reading itself, shadow card, shadow energy can be very good sometimes. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my members. I really do. Let's get your card out here. What do we got for Aries in the shadows? Thank you. Another person. Surprise, surprise. So this is a person laying low that you could be connected to. For a portion of you, there could be something that you're feeling and thinking that you're not really speaking about to somebody. We have the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, with a tentacle beard. Now, it does feed into what I was seeing about all these people and their energies moving towards you in a powerful way, so keep that in mind. The King of Cups is similar to the Knight of Cups, where it could speak about all those similar things like emotion and love and romance for a portion of you. If you've been dealing with some sort of romantic connection, issues surrounding it, this King of Cups can show up in the shadows. Now, being an Aries myself, I know that normally when we have something on our mind, we speak it, we say it, we make it known. This card in the shadows is telling me that that might not be the case right now for some of you. There could be something on your mind that you're not really putting out there. Or this could be a person you're connected to that's laying low or not telling you something. All right, so keep that in mind. Once again, I don't feel like any huge red flags or anything that we should really be worried about or concerned about just yet. Okay, so I do feel overall, even within the shadow card, that there's a lot of energetic support around Aries Collective. So good stuff. And yeah, Aries, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details, the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you soon.